Naam, still on the election issues, mheshimiwa, wiki iliyopita aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua ameweza kuanzisha chama chake anakiita DCP. Realignments za mwaka 2027 zimeanza kutokea. We kama mbunge wa ruling party, sijui ruling coalition, sijui mnaona vipi ile formation ya hiyo chama? Do you think it is going to eat up into President William Ruto's support base na kuaffect maybe re-election yake 2027?
Mimi naona tuko na vyama vingi vya kisiasa hapa Kenya, na chama ambacho kiliundwa na naibu rais hivi majuzi, mimi sina shida na hicho chama. Shida yangu tu ni kwamba we need to have a discussion as Kenyans as to whether a person who left office by way of impeachment is allowed by our laws to be a party leader of a political party. When you are a party leader of a political party, that party should be led by an individual who is not an impeachee. When you are impeached, you are not fit to hold public office. You are not even fit to chair a funeral committee. You should not be allowed. So that's my only problem. But but about forming parties, the only difference between that party and UDA and ODM is that that is a tribal party. It's not a national party. Because if you look at the objectives on why that party was formed, if the statements by Rigathi Gachagua is something to go by, it appears that is a Central Kenya party, because he has been saying that the people of Central Kenya have been duped because they went to government without their own political party. So he has formed a party for the Central Kenya according to his his intellect. And I think if you look at the way former deputy president is conducting himself, I want to tell you without blinking an eye that if a well-wisher from amongst those allies of Rigathi Gachagua who are surrounding him, if one of them would be touched by God and take Rigathi Gachagua to Mathare Mental Hospital, I can assure you a file will be opened and the Rigathi Gachagua will be admitted. It's only that the people around him are living in denial, and I want to politely ask the likes of Senator Methu, the likes of Joe Nyutu, the likes of Cleophas Malala, that let's be brother's keeper. Let them take the mental instability of our former deputy president with the seriousness that it takes. I want to politely ask our former second lady, Mama Boyce, Pastor Dorcas, that if you love your husband, kindly consider check him in a mental facility. Take him to Mathare. You can take him to South Africa or abroad in one of the best mental hospitals, so that our former deputy president can have his mental instability checked. Because the way he's saying, the statements he makes, I come from a region that was affected by 2007, 2008 post-election violence. I come from an area where when you can only access that area from Nairobi through either Eldoret or Kericho. I saw bodies of human beings lying on road when you drive. At times even you are blocked by bodies of dead people. I have had an opportunity to follow up what happened in Darfur, Central Africa Republic, in Bangui, Democratic Republic of Congo. I was in this country when there were wars in Yugoslavia, in Afghanistan, in Iraq. I know what it means by having peace after elections. I know Rigathi Gachagua, I served with him in the National Assembly for 5 years. I know what he can say and what he can't say. His utterances recently points to a person with mental instability. I ask Pastor Dorcas, if you love your husband, please take him to a mental facility for checkup, and I can assure you, even if the person who will examine Rigathi Gachagua is an intern psychiatrist, he will be admitted. He will be admitted. Those are signs of a person with some mental instability.
Mheshimiwa, with that party being formed, the utterances and all the political whatever aside, do you think this could eat up into President William Ruto's election basket and re-election bid in 2027?
I could have only commented about whether this newly formed party by our former deputy president will eat into our support or not, if I could have listened to their manifesto, if I could have listened to their plan, if I could have at least known who is going to fly their party flag insofar as running for president is concerned. Because a party is not a name. A party is personalities around the party. A party is individuals. Tomorrow, if Raila Odinga leaves ODM, ODM will die, will become a shell. So ODM is not ODM. ODM is Raila Amolo Odinga. UDA is not UDA. UDA is William Samoei Ruto and the personalities around it. So looking at the personalities around this newly formed party by a former deputy president, I've seen the personalities around there. I can tell you, if I form a party tomorrow, I did Maswekesa Barasa, and I begin to have a contest with them in terms of popularity, I can't lose sleep. If myself as an individual, I can't lose sleep. If I were running against the personalities that are surrounded this newly formed party by a former deputy president, then I can tell you William Ruto, Kenya Kwanza would not lose any sleep because of this party.
Finally, on the opposition aspect, there's also the re-emergence of former CS Fred Matiang'i, who as well has said he wants to form a party. I think it's called OPA or something, or come into the political fore with that party of OPA. What do you think of his re-emergence?
I think the kind of a person and my ambitions to run for governor of Bungoma and the respect I have in this country, I'm not going to discuss a person of Fred Matiang'i and his party because it's not my equal, it's not of my level, and not that I am disrespecting him, but you and me knows that I don't think if Fred Matiang'i can even win an MCA seat in the Borabu where he comes from. I don't think so. These are people who have who stole too much money during their tenure, and they are just being itched by the too much money they have to bloat their ego to begin imagining that they can be president of the Republic of Kenya.